All right, what's going on, guys? It is Sunday, May 7th, 2023, and we're going to get right into Sunday's analysis leading on to this week. We could be seeing some cool stuff. We'll see. But uh let's kind of just get right to it. I don't really want to waste any time. I'm just going to get to the point of all this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gold check marks. I'm going to probably just check all this line and this line, mainly because they're all beneath three PF. I can't even say it. PFHs or PFLs. I like looking at those because usually when a peak formation is set under 3 days, there usually is more movement in levels. So I like to look at those. Anything above 4, I won't look at it. It's just too much movement. It could be trending that direction, awesome. But I like catching the bigger moves, and the biggest moves happen under three peak formations, 3 day peak formations. So let's just get right into checking this out. AUD Chief is a peak formation low. Looks like it broke structure barely. It's not even like a solid break of structure, but I'm gonna go and look at it on here. Let's see. All right, let me go to the date. Weekly closed up. It is divergent. That's a bonus. Barely divergent. It's pretty much close. It's not anything I would be like too excited about, but I would expect some sort of push up this week. Definitely like this push. We got the volatility or RSI pushed outside of the volatility band, showing momentum. This thing wants to go to here. So this 50 line right here, this 50 line in the TDI is the 50 EMA on right here. So if price goes up to touch here, price goes up to touch that 50, price wants to go up to that. So we could be seeing some movement of at least 60 pips. So let me go to the 4 hour. The only thing about this, so I want to say it's going to go up because it broke structure a little bit, but it's not going to go, it's not going to be a straight buy. This thing needs to pull back. And to be honest, just off of the 4 hour, it's kind of setting up like this. When the EMAs get down to the lower end, so you got the EMAs like tight right now or open. So that would lead someone to think that, hey, it's gonna, shoot up and keep going up. It's very possible. But I think it's going to consolidate for a minute before it does that. I think it's going to go up and down. And let me show you. I think it's going to do this. It's going to go up, down, and then it's finally going to break. I don't think it's going to, it might not do this exactly, but I don't think it's going to be a straight shot. I would want it to pull back. And then based on how hard it pulls back, if it does drop even lower to this point, around this zone, I'll most likely start looking for buys again. Because even though this was the structure, it barely broke it, which tells me that this was more like a trap. It's not even like a body. Yeah, there's not even a body close, meaning that whatever they pushed up here, this was a trap. This was them hitting stop losses on sellers. This was them hitting buy stops on buyers. Like they wanted to hit that, and they're gonna drop it down again, and then kind of go from there. Now, if I go to the 1 hour, the EMAs are getting tighter, so it might not drop all the way down to like here, but we could see it pull back down to this area towards the 80-hour low and then consolidate. It might make that move after that, or it could get stuck in the middle here and then drop and then go up. All depends. Let's see. It is overbought like crazy. It's divergent on the 1 hour. Yeah, I wouldn't look to buy this thing yet. It's too high. I need to see some sort of drop. I need to see this thing drop. So I'll come back to this. This isn't my favorite pair tonight, so I'm probably not going to trade this. But setting up for this week, this probably will be a pair that I end up trading because let me just show you that if it does break this high, it's got all this room, right? Let me show you on the 4-hour where it needs to go. It's going to go up to here. If it breaks, it's going to go up to this area to meet a zone from this zone over. And by the time it goes down, this blueberry is going to be making its way through, and then it'll hit and it'll consolidate for level 3 and drop. So I'll be looking for buys once it has a clear break of this high. So I digress. Let's go to EuroCAD. I do like this. And let me show you. So EuroCAD's got a peak formation high. Now, like you just saw me talk about on AUD Chief, how there wasn't a clean break. Look at this. This is a clean break. See how price blew through it? That is what we call a break of structure or a change of character. Right? This is a change of character because the price was initially going up, right? And everybody was looking for buys, but now it changed characters to start looking for sells on a higher time frame. And that's what we want to be doing, is trading with the higher time frames overall. So EMAs were tight. This thing wants to eventually start shooting down a little bit farther. We got all this room. We'll see how it goes. In order for it to break down to this section, it needs to break here, right? It needs to break that low. So we'll see. Let me just look at the weekly. I look at candle formations on the weekly. I do see divergence. So this thing could drop a little bit. Yep. So this could look for some sort of push down this week. And then based on how it hits this EMAs, we could see that eventually rise up. But at least this 1 week candle should be like maybe a push up and then drop, be like a wick up and then drop. Daily, we got a double top. It's not really, it's divergent, but it's not a shark fin, so it doesn't really tell me anything. It tells me that it's not a full on reversal. It's low. There's no divergence to make it go back up. Yeah, I still think this is a solid sell. It's either going to be a sell or it's going to consolidate. It's either going to go like this, up for the pullback, false move week beginning, and then drop. I mean, this might not happen tonight. This might happen during end of London session, New York session, and then going into tomorrow, we could look for the best opportunity to sell. Or it's going to set up for this. It's going to go up and it's going to just consolidate because the EMAs are getting tight. And when the EMAs get tight, price ranges. So that's probably what it's going to be. If this is level 1, right? Because this was the peak formation. So you have level 1 drop, because the level 1 drop only counts when the break of structure happens. So this is level 1 drop. And then on a higher time frame, this could just consolidate, and that consolidation is level 2. And then after it consolidates, accumulates contracts going up and down, they'll break out for the level 2 drop, and then they'll repeat this exact same process one more time. So I would just wait for a stop hunt high and then look for your best opportunity to sell. And if you do sell it, you're selling it to the recent low. You're selling it down to here. Because if this is level 1 drop, that means level 2 drop is soon to follow. And the first place it has to hit is that low. So just wait for it to shoot up and then we'll look for sells. So that might be a tomorrow thing. Let's go to the next one. NZD Chief. It's water. NZD Chief has a peak formation low. I like this. Break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. It's got multiple breaks of structure to the upside. So what was it? NZD Chief. And I think we had this pair for a buy last week, actually, too. I think we both took that big. Yeah, we did. I took this for a buy last week along with Cat, and she took it for CAD Chef. Yeah, I caught this buy. I caught this whole buy. Yep.
I'm gonna put the most
I made-
important ones in green.
I made just under 1% on this trade.
So how do you feel about this one?
What are you making it? Blues for buys, green, and
No, just need to wait
oh,
tonight.
well, let me see. It looks like it's going to continue, to be honest, but I wouldn't buy it yet. I mean, it is an NZD pair, and NZD pairs they'll move during Asian session, which is right now. Asian session just started. Well, it actually started at the start of the day. It's within the blue box. So I would say best time to trade this would be for it to pull back a little bit, retest, and then we'll look for a buy around here. And by that time, the RSI should have done something like this. Maybe bounce off the 50, shark fin up, and then we'll catch the buy. So I would say, yeah, let's look. I would look for buys to now NZD Chief. I don't see this thing slowing down. The 15-minute. It is divergent on a 15-minute, but for those of you that have been watching, whenever I find a divergence on a lower time frame, that's just a pullback on a higher time frame. Now, if I start seeing divergence on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily, that's where we're going to start seeing it for big time reversals on a smaller time frame. So the fact that I am seeing a short-term divergence, here, I'll draw it up for you guys. You got price going up right there. And then we have price going down right here with while it's overbought and a shark fin. That just tells me that this is looking to drop and it could extend that drop farther. So I don't want to just enter in when it gets down here. We'll see, but I would want to see some sort of big drop and then a buy. If that doesn't happen tonight, it'll happen tomorrow, and then we will see it go for a buy the rest of the week. Continuation up. So we'll be looking for buys. Now let me go to NZD CAD. I don't know if this was a pair we traded. Oops. All right, so peak formation high. It broke to the low, but it looks like it's an uptrend. Oh, short term. NZD CAD. Okay, 1 hour. And what are the daily? All right, so we're in a range. We're in a channel, actually. Wow, that was horrible. So we got about here. Damn it. And then we got this channel. So the fact that it hit up top, most people would think that this needs to keep dropping, right? So this is like a psychological channel. And what most people are going to think is that because it went boom, 1, 2, 3, that we're going to be looking for sells, and it's very logical. We could also see it drop a little bit and then go up, because what this is trend line liquidity. A lot of people will think that this is just a retail thing and that they're automatically going to start selling because it's on a daily, but this is a trend line liquidity, and as they're dropping, they're accumulating contracts for buys and sells. So eventually all these sells, all these people that sell here, this is eventually going to go up. They have to, because they got all this liquidity trapped up in here. They're not going to stay down there forever. They're going to eventually shoot up. Just a matter of time. Let me see the monthly. Yeah, they're not going to keep going down forever. So if you do sell it, don't expect to hold it forever, but get what you can out of it. So, but it did set a peak formation high. It's divergent, but it's not the divergence that I like, meaning that this thing could shoot up again if it wanted to. I would say, well, I'm not one to trade against the peaks. So if this is a sell, and by looking at the short term of it, it looks like a solid sell, mainly because it broke structure. It came down. It's retesting certain structure points, but this thing could shoot up one more time, and then we can at least look for it to drop another night. I would say look for short-term sells, but overall, you're expecting long-term buys. Now that could happen all the way down here, but we'll see how it plays out tonight. But I'll see how this one does. NZD CAD for tonight, and then we go from there. It's not jumping out at me, but it's all right. Euro NZD. This could be one of those straightaway drops. Euro NZD. The day weekly. Oh, no wonder that dropped last. Yeah, we had this for a drop. Okay, so it had a sell and it's divergent. Nice. The daily's peak. It's got a sharp, it's out of the water. It's hitting the 50 right now. It definitely wants to keep dropping. I don't think this is gonna rise up. If it does rise up, it's gonna be a pullback, but I think this is gonna keep dropping. There's divergence here. All that tells me is this. So you have price going down, price going up, shark fin. But this type of divergence, it pretty much is gonna look like this. It's gonna go up, hit the stops, and then drop back down. So it's gonna go up, hit the water, shark fin, back down. That's what I'll see. That's what I'm looking for. So stop hunt high, drop. If it does a straightaway, oh well, we'll miss it, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be a straightaway drop. I mean, there's definitely a bunch of imbalances up here. I mean, there's an imbalance here. There's an imbalance here. Imbalances are just gaps in price points of just like this one candle between this candle. See how there's a big gap here between this wick and this wick? It's just open space. That's a FEG. So like they came back, retouched it here. They got some open zones. There's some areas of reference that price could go back and retouch, but we'll pay attention for that as price goes on. I'll be waiting some sort of push up. Now let me go to AUD NZD. I don't think I really like AUD NZD. It's stuck in the middle. Let me show you. I like precise structure. Oops.
And they all give precise structures, just a
Yeah.
matter of waiting.
So this is the EMAs. Let me show you. Okay, this is what I was trying to get to. See how the EMAs are super tight here? When the EMAs are super tight, price goes like this. So this could be setting up for a hedging. This could just be like buy low, sell high. Just because it hit here, this might be an opportunity to buy. I gotta look at the overall structure. It looks okay for continuations, at least up until this point. So if we're gonna look for buys, yeah, we can look for buys. This would be a short-term buy. Like intraday buy, don't expect it to keep going up. That wouldn't swing this. I would just get your pips and get out because overall, this thing, yeah, it's just kind of gonna be doing what it wants. It's in the middle. Price is gonna be stuck. Let's see. So I'm gonna expect AUD NZD. It looks like it's making that stop hunt now. And I'll look for buys on it when it drops a little lower. RS the TDI has this thing going a little bit lower. So as it drops more and more, I'll start looking for my entries for it came out bad. I'll start looking for entries on the lower time frame here and then buy it up. So this might be one of the pairs that I trade tonight. Just because it's stuck when I only like it for the ranging aspect, and when it does that, it will tend to do the buy low, sell high aspect. So I like it. I like it. Now let me go to AUDJPY. Did break structure here. Lower time frame and up here. So like it has the momentum. Let me go to AUD. Daily, weekly. Nothing crazy. Fat wick up top. Came up and retested this zone. Wow. Took out some equal highs. This thing's going to be ranging. It's interesting. It's not my favorite pair right now. This could be one of those other things that starts kind of accumulating price points up high, down low. Right now, nothing's telling me it's going to keep going up. I mean, I don't see any divergence, which shows me that this thing could keep going up. Let me go to the 15-minute
Well, I
maybe.
think your overall in all of this is wait for structure to form on all these pairs.
Yeah.
I think.
I like AUD NZD the most so far.
Yeah,
And
I just see,
NZD Chief.
those are the two that you said,
Yeah.
but I still think that these are gonna be better pairs come 2 days from now.
Yeah.
a day from now.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's Sunday, the best they set up, they'll do some shit on Sunday and then they'll get everything set up for Tuesday, which Monday is considered Tuesday. It's the next day always, right? So yeah, I'm gonna wait on AUD JPY. I don't really want to touch that one right now. It's in the middle, so it could go up, it could go lower. It's different. Let me go to CAD JPY. This pair has been really well, actually. Oh, I didn't tell you the CAD pairs and CAD pairs and CAD Chief pairs have been like amazing. All right, so let's check this out. But it got blown out last week from a lot of the news. So it's in the same position as AUD JPY. It's stuck in the middle. But it's because the last 2 weeks, I mean, look at it. Boom, boom. Like I caught this the week before, I caught this drop last week. Like it's a lot of stuff, a lot of momentum, a lot of shit going on. This was all NFP. So I would wait for this as well. I think it's got some bigger time frames that it needs to break. I mean, I had it for sales last week because of this area. And then buys again. It did that shit the next day. It shows obvious setups. So if anything, look for sells, but I'm not touching this pair tonight. CAD Sheath. This one looks really good.
The Chiefs always do.
They always do. CAD Sheath's always, it's ridiculous.
It's so funny that we make most of our money on cheap
I used
pairs.
to hate.
We both hated them.
I used to hate sheath pairs, man. Like I couldn't. I was like, you know what? Screw those pairs. I'm never gonna touch them. It was I'd trade all the base pairs except USD Chief.
Our group chat was always blowing up with "fuck you, Chief."
Seriously. Yeah, we got I like this.
I like that big candle that closed above it right there on the break of structure.
Yeah, I do too.
That's
so
right along with our alerts. I'll be surprised if we don't get an alert on that one tonight.
We have this one. So we got divergence, right? I mean,
daily, and we have manipulation.
Jesus, I can't click the fucking thing. Boom. Okay. So clearly, first thing I notice is the divergence, but the second thing is the break of structure. All right. So we have a peak formation low. They hit the stops by dropping beneath this point and they went back up. So they hit stop hunts, sell stops for all the continuation sellers, and they reversed it up, broke structure. We're going to look for a pullback and then a buy. I mean, this is textbook. This is literally textbook. So CAD Chief pairs, I'm going to be buying. NZD Chief, those are the two pairs that I traded last week and made the most money on. Those are all looking for buys, but I'm gonna wait for it to drop first. So we're gonna be looking for sells.
This is
not sells.
This is
CAD Chief. I'm looking for it to drop. Once it drops, then I'll look for buys. So the buys are the most obvious choice right here. And I do have divergence on a lower time frame. All that tells me is it's a pullback. So it could drop right here, and then I'll buy it at the low, might be tomorrow, and then I'm gonna ride that sucker past the high. I mean, just off of that alone, I mean, let's look at how many pips it is if we were to just buy it right here. 65, 63 pips easily, and it's gonna go higher than that. Like it's gonna go way higher than that. Let me go to the 4 hour. Yeah. This thing's got so much room to move. It's stupid. The next place it's going to go to after it breaks again from down here is up to here. So let me see how many pips that would be. About 119 pips. So it makes sense because the ADR is 173. So one thing that you could do is once price drops and makes that reversal, you would let's say it drops to here and it starts that ADR after that. That means we would see it go up 173 pips from that moment. And that's the full ADR for the week. So wait for that. You could probably swing this as it goes up. So CAD Chief for sure is going to be buys. NZDJPY. Oh, now it throws peak formation low. This is the pair I told you right before I started recording that I took a buy last week, but I got out early on. I was like, oh man, I saw the charts like an hour before I hopped on here, and I was like, dude, they went up another 40 pips. A little butt hurt, but it is what it is. I caught some funds off of it, which is cool, but could have caught some more. Daily. This isn't gonna, it's not overbought or anything. This thing can continue up. Weekly. It's in the middle. Got the EMA there. The daily's probably got tight EMA. Yep, so tight EMAs. This could be a drop. This could just drop, honestly. 1 hour. Retesting these zones. I think we might see an overall higher time frame sell. This looks like it's setting up for a multi-day, multi-week M. In which case, if it does, we'll see this probably, even though this is a peak formation low that happened here, I think we're going to see a peak formation high set up top here in the beginning of this week. Maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow. And then from there, we can look for sells. And even then, the best selling aspect is going to be when it breaks down here, this point. But at that point, it's going to be even harder. So, well, you could actually sell it before then. If it breaks this structure, you could sell it. If it breaks this structure mainly, you could definitely sell it down to this low. So we'll be seeing how it plays out. I'm going to wait for this one. Okay, GJ. Peak formation low, peak formation high. Breaks the structure. Looks good. GJ. Massive push up to the upside 2 weeks ago. It's not divergent. This thing could still keep going up. 4 hour. Might see another day push to the upside. I don't see divergence. So I would just say for the time being, it's still an uptrend. Hasn't had any major reversal. So if anything, I would wait for it to pull back a little bit, and it's a JPY pair, so it could make its move sooner. And then from there, I would just take it up. I would just take it up another day, to be honest. I would say continuation with this. There's no need to trade against it right now. So just keep looking for buys on GJ. Pull back, wait for a shark fin. It might not even be a shark fin. It might just be yeah, it could be on the 15-minute for sure. This thing could actually drop. And then yeah, it's got short-term divergence. So it just pretty much verified what I was thinking. So you got divergence, price drops, breaks this structure, pulls back, hits the point down here, sets up for a W, and then rises. That's what I'll look for. If it throws that, I'll look for buys. Now we go to GBP Chief. Wow. GBP made its move during London session. It had bigger impact in London session than it did. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Asian session.
This is during Asian session. Yeah. Okay. Chief. Broke structure to the upside. This thing could go up to the Mayo, ideally. Weekly? No. 4 hour. Hit the blueberry. It is divergent. Doesn't mean it's going to completely drop, but it does mean that we could be seeing some sort of pullback here, like this. Drop like that. Then a continuation because you got a low. You got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low at the ADR low for a continuation. And at that point, I'd be buying to about this section. You get it. Sloppy, but you'll get it. And that was the 4 hour. So that could just be the play out for the week, could drop for the next 2 days, and then midweek reversal Wednesday, Thursday, and then shoot up. We shall see. We got some divergence on a 15-minute time frame for sure. This is a head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Most people could scalp this right now and sell it. I mean, it's not a valid sell until it breaks the structure. Or technically this structure. Wow. This structure. Right? Once it breaks there, pulls back, drops another time, ADR low gets hit, sets up for reversal, buy. So all this is telling me that we're looking for this to drop. We wanted to look for a drop and then ultimately go with the overall trend of up. That is the short-term trend. So you have the W, level 3, level 1, level 2, pull back, kind of like this. It's going to just replicate it. What happened here looks like it's going to happen here. When that happens, you get that big W and then we buy. To where? You could take it to the recent low or recent high, sorry. And at that point, it'll be 227 pips. So G Chief looks good for buys, but I would wait for it to drop lower. And then we can look for the entries on that. All right. Now we're at GCAD. Not really a fan of GCAD right now. So it's got peak formation high 2 days ago, 1, 2. There's no divergence for it to go back up, meaning we could just see a continuation like this. Pull back, drop. Could be one little candle, could be like this candle. So we could just see a blue candle and then another drop. And that would be the day. That'll be the whole day, right? Because this is the 4 hour. So few candles up, hit some stops, hit some buy stops, and then we sell it. Is it divergent? Yes. Ish. Yes-ish. It's not the most divergent. It's not technically divergent. So we go to the 15-minute. There's the divergence. All that tells me, just like in the previous ones, got divergence hot there, divergence going up. We want to see this break, pull up. So stop hunt high. So continue. Continue with that. Yes. That's what I'm looking for. Looking for sells. Now I'm going to be doing GA. Almost done. I'm not touching this. It's got a high, it's got a low, and it's in the middle. I don't like that. So I'm not touching GA. I'm not even gonna go over it. There's no point. Okay. Peak formation high. Low, I mean. Definitely divergence here. If that is it. Was that Euro Chief? Euro Chief. Okay, so
All the chief pairs, the ones.
it's all the chief pairs, man. You guys seen this pattern? All the fucking chief pairs.
This one's too.
It would be a short-term buy because it didn't break the highs up here. 1 hour. But it definitely, I think it's gonna retest just like this. It hasn't even like look, it started down here at the water, but it didn't touch it, and it didn't touch it on the 50. So I think we're gonna see it drop, hit the 50, and then continue up. And when it does that,
Yeah,
see, I'll look for buys. I mean, it's kind of tough. Overall, it's continuing down. It's still below the 50 on the daily. So I don't want to be premature with it. I mean, it's not even divergent on the daily. So this thing could the push up could actually be the stop hunt. So we may want to actually see it shoot up and then eventually come back down. Because the EMAs are tight on this 15-minute and the 1 hour. So I'm gonna wait on this pair. It's not the best pair. But the other chief pairs, like NZD Chief and CAD Chef, are like the fucking bomb right now. All right, comment. I got 2 more friends with me, and we like what we're watching. Are you able to analyze in the indices? Yeah, I technically could. I mean, I can just look at it right now and just do it. Let me finish this and then I'll go over it. I think US 30's on. It should be on here. I just took it off because I'm so used to looking at these the the forex pairs that I don't really look at the indices as much because I always get a setup from all these. But let me see if I can add US 30 real quick. US 30. Whoa, what is happening? Hold on, it's glitching out. It just lagged on me. I gotta close this real quick. And now I can do it. You guys are gonna see my email. Don't spam me. Hey bro, it's me. How you doing? I saw your email. We Yeah, right. Oh, I spelled it wrong. There we go. All right, let's try this one more time. Indices. You got the S&P 500. You got.
it says US 30.
Where is it?
Go down. Oh, that's USB 30.
Let me try this. US 30. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's got 2. It's a formation low. I might get rid of silver just so I can keep this looking good. I don't ever trade silver, so hold on. I mean, I like to keep this thing organized, guys. I get like really tedious with it.
The US 30.
Oh, I did take the US 30 off. My bad. Metals. And get rid of silver. Okay. Let's see US 30.
I want to see that gold too.
Is that a peak too? Is it gold?
Gold is, yeah.
All right. Look at that movement. That's clear. All right, let me see if I have US 30 on here. I don't know if I might have it. There it is. All right. Weekly overall, it's stuck in the middle. You got ranging, charts, it doesn't look like it can just continue up. This actually might continue down. I don't see divergence, at least on the 4-hour perspective. Let me go to 1 hour. I see 1 hour divergence, but that doesn't really mean anything because it's like it already shot up. And because of how far it shot up, I think this looks like it actually continue up one more shot, and then we'll look for some sort of reversal, especially the EMAs. Like, look at the EMAs, right? So I've been saying this all night. I'm gonna repeat it till it's stuck in your guys' heads. It just means this, right? Consolidation, because it's a higher time frame reset. If I go to the 4-hour, look how tight the EMAs are. They're right on top of each other. Up, down, up, down. So, with that being said, I think based off of what I'm seeing here, we could see price shoot up. Now, mind you, it is overbought, right? Let me go to the 15-minute. We do have some divergence, but this is the part that kind of makes me go like you have to have seen the market for so many times before you can start making it, because out of everything else I just said, we've been saying that, right, every time there's a divergence, it just means a smaller time frame pullback. Well, there is divergence here, but there then becomes an aspect of how the TDI looks and how the price looks that kind of dissipates that, and it makes you have to adjust your analysis. So what I would have typically said is, okay, we have divergence, we want to look for it to drop like this, right, and then we buy it. But I don't think that's going to happen, because I've seen this formation so many times with this specifically. You got price doing like a little wedge here, and what it does is it does two things. Either two things. One, it'll stop hunt low real quick and then it shoots up, or it just goes. Either or. I don't think this is gonna drop. I think this is gonna rise again one more night, and then once it hits that 80-hour high, let me actually look on a higher time frame. I think it might hit up to this zone right there. So if that's the case, what is that, 3,000 pips, which is typical for US 30, 3,500 pips. So I'll be looking for buys, to be honest. I wouldn't be selling this yet. It broke structure here. It's getting up to that point. Yeah, I would just wait for it. I would continue to buy. And then from there, we'll see some sort of midweek reversal coming up. And then we can start the sells. That makes sense? Now I'm going to go to gold. Let me know if you guys see that same thing based off what you see, because I don't trade indices, but like I said in the beginning, like they all operate the same. So we got gold, peak formation high, but price is in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been touching gold, any of those pairs actually. Look, I don't even have gold on here. You guys are making me look at pairs I don't look at. Let's see, metals, gold, down, gold. We got that's a stop hunt and a half. So this actually does look good for a sell. And overall, I don't usually trade that, but I mean, gosh, it looks good for a sell.
Gosh.
Golly, oh golly. Ready? So you got price going up, divergent, overbought, shark fin. I like that. That's it. Perfect for a sell, but it also means, remind you, when you see divergence, that doesn't mean just sell it, because that's predicting a reversal. Don't want to do that. What this is showing me is a stop hunt candle that hits all the stops from the previous highs here. You got equal highs here. You had equal highs here. They just kept going. But that push up, that gap up last week is what pretty much solidified it. And they have traders trapped. So price on gold is looking to do this. Shoot up, drop. This is dropping. This is going to drop. you can sell gold. Only sell it though once it stops on stop hunts. And gold is a very technical pair. So if I had to put my money on it, most likely going to hit this recent low, this structure. Mind you, see, hit the reversal and it broke this structure. Gold is a very technical pair, meaning it'll do support resistance. It breaks support. What was once support becomes resistance. Price goes up. Look at the EMA. See how the EMA is pretty much right on top of that point. Price hits it, goes a little past it, reverses, take profit one at the recent low, take profit two, ADR low or the blueberry, and that's it. I mean, you only need those two spots because these are guaranteed. Those areas are guaranteed. But you need to wait for it to stop hunt. Don't sell it yet because gold's a fast moving pair, and if you over leverage, you will stop yourself out. So, thank you, man. Thanks. It does look sexy indeed. Oh, indeed. It does look good. So does gold. You're just reading her minds. I'm reading the minds of retail traders and what everybody's looking at. But yeah, gold looks good. I might trade gold tonight. I don't really trade commodities, but I think I'm going to trade gold.
I think I'm taking GBP Chief, CAD Chief, and gold.
CAD Chief and gold and GBP Chief, really?
If a pullback happens.
Oh yeah, you got to wait for a pullback because that's going to
But
continue.
CAD Chief definitely,
Yeah.
and gold after a pullback.
Yep. So I did G Chief. Did I do? Yeah, I did GCAD, GA. Oh, these aren't even.
Yeah, they're in order.
No, they're not. These are all out of order. CAD JPY was down here. The first pair I looked at was AUD Chief.
So you haven't done USD Chief yet?
No. Where's that? Some of these are.
It's right there. Go over to the right. Down two. No.
I didn't do any of these. What the fuck? How did this just change on me?
Well, you did them. I haven't put there.
Yeah, no, but these are all out of order. This isn't right.
I like the way this one looks. Really.
Okay, USD Chief. I guess we'll go over that. That's weird. I didn't notice. I didn't.
I got this one wrong. Thought this was.
It's making me want to double check the prices again. Double check the shit I was in. This looks like a continuation, even though it kind of shot up already. We got a shark fin on the 4 hour. Divergence from the 4 hour down here, right? Because price was going down, price went here. And on top of that, these are equal lows, right? So you have equal lows from right here to right here. It's not straight, but it's equal lows. And then what they did is they took that equal low and they stop hunted it. They went beneath it and they came right back up into it. So this was the stop hunt candle. That's the institutional candle. Institutional candles are when they go back, they break past equal lows or highs to hit stop losses on buyers and sell stops on sellers, and then they reverse it. So the fact that they did that is making me want to buy this. So I would wait for this to stop hunt low, and then we'll look for buys once it stop hunts low, and then I'll buy it. And you can most likely buy it to the recent high. And if I buy it to the recent high, let's say for simplicity's sakes, it goes down to there, 80 pips, 84 pips. All you need is like one or two pairs. Like if you can get one or two of these pairs out of the like several that we've seen that are pretty solid, like you're gonna make some money. I gotta look at this. I didn't even do EA, and it's number 3.
It doesn't have a check mark.
Yeah, I know, but I still look at it because it's under 2. It's under 3 peak formations. Still don't like it. I did Euro Chief. Did I do NZD CAD?
Yeah.
Did I?
Fourth one.
Oh, for buys, really? Oh yeah, because it's still up to the side. You said look for buys?
I don't know what you said. No,
That says buy.
no, that's what that says. I don't remember what you said. That doesn't look like a buy.
Yo, if I swear, if I had like old information, I'm gonna be really upset. Let's see. Let me just double check this. NZD
Well, you
CAD.
don't have old information on the charts right here on MP4 that you were looking at.
No, yeah, you're right. So oh yeah, I remember this pair. It's because on a higher time frame, I was saying look for buys because they're trapping traders in this channel. So that's a retail channel. So what we're seeing is this. I mean, it looks like it can continue down.
I'm not
They
touching it.
they might do this again because they're stuck in the channel, but we'll see. I think your best bet is to wait for it to drop low, break the low, and then look for the buys up. Because when when this decides to break, which it will, it's going to go up. So once it hits that low, then if you guys take a trade and walk away and give it a week, it'll be in profit. I promise. All right, let me just go. Then we'll double check these 80 JPY, GJ. Go do these. Euro USD. Euro USD. I didn't touch last week because it's still. Yeah, I still won't touch Euro USD. You guys tell me why I wouldn't touch Euro USD right now if you've been paying attention. Why would I not trade Euro USD? Just off of what you see here. What does that look like to you? What does this tell you? And I'm asking you these questions so that you eventually don't need me anymore. That's the whole goal. I don't want people needing me. What's the answer? What you think about using stop loss? What on Euro USD? Is that what you're asking? No. In general. Oh. I see. I usually put my stop loss anywhere from 15 to 20 pips below my entry or at the swing highs or lows. It all depends. Because I can tell you if you have a solid peak formation, like a really solid peak formation, price is not going to go back up there. So you could open up your stop losses to be a little bit bigger to make up for your space and you can hold the trade for 1 to 2 days. But ultimately, you want to, if you're being patient, you can hold your trade or you can put your stop loss like 20 pips if you wait for the right setup. If you get in early, you're going to go into drawdown. That's something that I did last week. I got in early on a couple pairs. I held them because I ultimately knew what they were going to do and I came out on top, but that requires a specific mindset to know that you are capable of going into that drawdown, not realizing and not freaking out. Because most people will get into that and think, oh my God, I'm losing, I lost. And then they get out because their stop loss got hit or because they pulled it. And the moment they pull it, it goes back in the direction they wanted it to go.
But they're necessary for risk
But-
management.
But it's necessary, like she just said, for risk management. Like, obviously, I'm not going to say never have a stop loss. Like, you have to have one.
Tell you, I've never been more profitable than with stop loss than I.
Yeah.
When I had none, I would blow accounts.
Yeah, you need stop losses. I would just say 15 to 20 pips.
Regardless of what the loss is, like fuck the loss, you can get back.
I don't know if they can hear you
I don't know, just saying.
because you're talking back there and the mic's right
What
here.
I'm saying is you gotta be able to eat the loss, no matter what the loss is. Get control of your emotions, because that's the only thing that you're fighting against in all of this is your emotional instability. So if you can take that loss and say, fuck it, I don't care about that loss, then you can always come back and get your money back. But if you are double thinking everything, or I don't want to go into this much drawdown, or I don't want to put a stop loss there because I know I'm right, but I don't really know I'm right. That's why I don't want to put one there because I don't really know where it's going. Like that just tells you that you're not sure of yourself. Put the stop loss there.
Yeah. You guys learn. You
Put it in
learn.
the chat.
You learn as you go. You get better at it. It makes sense. Yeah, it's little things like that. You got to look at trading as like as a
Mirror.
it's a mirror of your life, but it's also something that if you it's like a profession. You got to take this seriously. Just like anything in your life. If you want a relationship to work, you got to put in the work. If you want your health to work, you got to go to the gym. If you want to get good at trading, you got to study. Like you got to trade. So it's all the same, but if you can start disciplining yourself in those little tiny things, even if you do eat small losses, the small losses end up to become the bigger wins because all you're pretty much setting yourself up for is you're one big win away from getting all the small losses back. And then eventually you start learning what those small losses look like and you start avoiding them because you know if I enter in at this time, I'm gonna lose. So I'm gonna wait and
Well,
take it. I'm gonna be patient
another
or I'm gonna
mistake
avoid it completely.
is the getting in the market, getting the stop loss, and then revenge trading when it does hit the stop because you want to force a situation or a structure that you think is there, trying to predict it. So you then start trading again, like, oh, I was right, it just did this, or it's going in the right direction. Your stop loss was too tight, it gets hit, and then you say, fuck it, I'm not trading it, and it does exactly what you say it's gonna do.
I'm guilty of that. I think we're all guilty of that.
Exactly.
But she's right. It's all about the patience and building up the discipline for it. So that's the end of it. Just a quick update. We have some things coming out regarding the dashboard, regarding an affiliate program and some other products that go along with the analysis that we're doing here. It's going to be pretty fun. It's only going to get better. I mean, this is just the start of it, but we're blessed to be in this opportunity. And I think what we're going to be building here is going to be absolutely crazy. I mean, if we're doing already solid enough if people are already winning based off of this analysis and then they start getting used to how we're doing things, eventually you guys are going to be doing this shit on your own. And eventually you won't need me. You won't need my wife. You won't need anything that we do. You're going to know exactly what to do because you have a set discipline. You have a set rule of procedures and you make it happen. You stay consistent with it. So does anybody here have any questions regarding anything that we went over? Did you want me to look at anything before I hop off or you guys good to go? There was some really good insights on how to look at the markets. Thanks for it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel good to go. All right, cool. Well, all right, guys. I will end this now. I'll put the post up in the group. How often do I do these sessions? Every single night, Sunday through Thursday. Like I said in the beginning, I'm only doing these for free until June 1st. After that, I'm gonna have a paid group where I'm gonna be doing this analysis and I'll be doing more. And then we'll have some more content coming out between now and then as well. So it's only going to get better, and the value is only going to get better. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. With that being said, I'll end it and I'll post the recording up on YouTube and in the group chats. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out.